Now, here is the fifth micro habit we are talking as part of this micro habit series is the spiritual elevation or spiritually elevated is what I say, or spiritual elevation or the spiritual connection. The spiritual connection that I speak is not about the spiritual connection with being at your temples or the places where you worship, which are also a means of building that connection, because those are the places where you get connected with your community. So we'll speak about it a little later. But when I say spiritual elevation or being spiritually connected, is all I'm talking about is the willpower that you build for yourself, having that inner self discipline to become successful. So I'll take my own example. So when after we came here into Canada with the family, so the things weren't so easy for me. So I that led to a kind of depression, and when I reflect back on the success that I had back home, I always wanted to go back because things were not so easy, or they were not working the way I wished they worked for me. So I wanted to go back, but my wife stood as a willpower for me, and she instilled willpower in me to stay grounded in this new environment, and look for different ways, and try hard to become more successful. So uh, what so therefore, so if you it is pretty common when you are in a new place and when you are among the new group of people, if things doesn't go the way that you planned for, it might lead to a kind of depression, or it might lead to some kind of you know like I said, it might create a self-doubt in one, and then you might even think of going back and being in your comfort zone. So like we already broke the comfort zone and came all this far, and I keep telling myself that we came this far not to fail, but we came this far to excel, we came this far to thrive in this new environment. So that is the spiritual elevation I'm talking about, or having that spiritual connection that I want to talk about here. So it's like I did talked about my own example. So now I also incorporated a few micro habits around this in building self confidence within me, building that willpower within me, and working inside out. Telling myself inside and working that out. I started by developing these five micro habits that around the spiritual elevation. To begin with is the community engagement. The community engagement, I joined the local HR meetup groups where I can connect with different people and share my interests, and learn from others, and see how this industry is doing in Canada, how my skills or how my qualifications will fit well, and what kind of adjustment I should make for myself in order to get that traction as I progress in achieving my dreams, is is the community engagement. So when I say community engagement, a little while ago we were talking about the spiritual communities. Yeah, these are one of the good places where you meet people from your own community. So like temples or other places of worship, you just meet people from your own community. So some of them could be from the place where you have come from, or some you might meet different people who come from your own community, or who are closer to your community, and that's one place where you build your network. You get to know different people from different backgrounds, and that can lead to new avenues. Now, likewise, being part of a professional community, like I'm HR and I'm part of several HR communities now, that helped me meet different people, and understand how HR as a function works within Canada, and how I integrate my skills and my expertise into this new environment, so I can be a better contributor to my own community. A professional community is through professional engagement. And second one, the second micro habit, which is really essential, is about relationship building. So try to have lunch with a different colleague. COVID is something that has put us back in the back burner, where we had to live the new life with virtual coffee chats instead of meeting somebody at a local Tim Hortons or Starbucks. But now things are coming back to the old style of having these personal interactions, meeting in person, because every one of us are fed with being so virtual, so which is not actually real. So whenever I get an opportunity, I try to meet people in person, have a coffee chat with them, exchange ideas, and understand their perspectives, and present what my ideas are, and then exchange information and expertise with different people, learn from their lives, learn from their work experiences, see what's happening in their environment, and try to learn something new. And it's not just about learning something new. The success is always in how do you apply them in your own situations. So try to apply what you're learning from these relationship building activities, and these bonds really help feel be part of a team, or be part of a community, and it will definitely increase the satisfaction. So when I say satisfaction, end of the day, we all need to be satisfied for the decisions we made right now. Since we already made a decision to come into a new environment like this, it is important for us to find different ways what keeps us happy at the end of the day for making that decision. That is all about spiritual elevation or having that spiritual connect. Cultural exploration is the third habit that I've built. Now this is about attending cultural festivals, like we were talking about, being at the place of worships, visiting. Me being a Hindu, I keep visiting temples, or any other cultural programs that happen around the place that I live in, or where I can go drive and be accessible to. I started participating in those communities. No, 2 years ago, I started playing cricket with one group here in the place where I live, that has built some relations, and helped me connect with different people around different parts from different backgrounds. Likewise, participating in attending cultural festivals, and try some new food that events have to offer from different Canadian regions. Not just about my own the cultural events from my own religion, but take opportunity to be part of the cultural events that happen. For example, the biggest cultural change that we had as a family is celebrating Christmas. Now, we never had a Christmas tree in our home until we came into Canada, and our kids want to have a Christmas tree at home. So now we made that as a practice. Every year we have a Christmas tree. Likewise, take the kids out for the Halloween. So go help them collect the Halloween tricks and treats. So you get to know the people in your own community who all you don't have opportunity to meet on a daily basis. You'll see new faces, new people, celebrate new cultures, be part of that cultural celebrations. Explore the culture around you. Sorry, explore the culture around you. This exploration makes appreciate the diversity of your neighborhood, and exploring this culture at work will also help you appreciate the diversity in your own team, right? So and your team, your new home, your neighborhood, everywhere. So this will enrich your life, and leads to build some conversational topics that you can have the small talks with your peers, with your colleagues, or somebody who you meet as you travel to your office. Also, the small talk that we touched some time back. This cultural exploration is the best means to engage in those small talks, because as so for example, if you're talking to someone who is local, who's your colleague in your office, initially I had this problem because I was completely clueless what they are talking about, because they're talking about the local festivals, they're talking about some local gatherings that as they developed as a kid, they have seen as kids. So if you are not aware of those things, then you might be left alone in the conversation, and that will affect your interpersonal relationship at work. So it is important to explore the local culture here, and be part of the conversations that are happening during the lunch tables, or the small talks, or at any opportunity, right? Because remember that since we came all this far, we may not be ending up working with our own community people, but we are working with a diverse culture of community. So, which means like we talk about our own culture, other people also will talk about their own culture. So if you're not understanding what that is, then you might feel you're left alone in the conversation. So we want to get into the conversation and be a conversationalist, and be an and you can develop that by using your active listening skills. But at the same time, it is important for you to explore the culture as well. And last one, you might have heard this micro habit from various sources. Canada is all about volunteering. So volunteering is one activity which will help you build immaculate relationships. Trust me. You can volunteer your extra time within your professional space, or you can volunteer within your cultural engagements, or you can volunteer in any other form. The reason why Canada talks about volunteering is that is one source of understanding the culture of this environment, working with the people. You'll get to know how to work with people, how people work here. Culture is all about how the things are done, right? So volunteering is one a biggest source which will help you understand those aspects and be prepared for to excel in a work environment. So take the opportunities to volunteer in your local community, or take the opportunities to volunteer within your professional community, but look for volunteering opportunities if you have spare time. Or if not, I would recommend make that spare time to build that relationships in this new environment. And lastly, you can also, like I said, Canada is beautiful with its landscape. It is so beautiful in its nature. Have that connection with that nature. Of late, as a family, we started getting out every weekend and enjoy some nature. But there could be some exceptions in winters because of the bad weather conditions, where weather is could be too windy, too chilly, and we don't want to take that chance with small kids at home. So with that few exceptions, but I would say the last few summers, we took every opportunity, every weekend, we took the opportunity to go and explore nature, either in forms of beaches or a small treks or any other nature forms. We made these connections within our community. We made some closed groups, part of small groups as family, and the last few years we had a good gathering with a couple of families, with like-minded families, on having some summer camps and being in the what you call go on small treks and yeah, so something like this, which is pretty new to us. We didn't had the opportunity of exploring these new activities back home. So we took that opportunity when we had uh, the connections, or when we established that relationship with some like-minded people in our community, within our local community or cultural backgrounds. So that really helped. Be part of the nature, and that connection with nature will rejuvenate. It rejuvenated me and of course my family. So I've started to have this refreshing events every weekend during the summer, because that's the best part, that you can really enjoy Canada. Few people also enjoy winters. Few people like snow. I like snow, but I can't do all of it on my own, and my family, everyone in my family aren't ready, so we can do it as a family engagement, like snowboarding. I like to do snowboarding, but I can't go and do on all by myself while my family is at home. So I'm waiting for opportunity for my kids to grow and start enjoying the local sports like snowboarding or ice skating. Or by the way, I started learning ice skating, and last year I learned the roller skating. These are few things that I never had an opportunity to try by myself back home where I come from. So engaging with nature or doing something new that you never had the opportunity to do, in so far in your life is something that will rejuvenate you and will help you find the purpose for yourself and listen to your inner voice and get connected with the community and build that spiritual connection and have that spiritual elevation in you. So a spiritual connection can definitely enhance your work contributions, and these activities can also bring a lot of fulfillment, much like exploring the Canada's natural beauty and of course the diverse communities that I was talking to you. So to wrap up, in this series we spoke about five areas in which we can build a few micro habits. I started with being physically fit or empowering your day with fitness micro habits. Now, developing micro habits to be fit or physically fit will enhance your productivity, and it'll help you stay productive throughout your day. And we progressed with talking about intellectual sharpness, the second one. The intellectual sharpness or building that mental edge or boosting that your mental edge will lead to enhanced problem solving skills. So you will be recognized as a good problem solver at your workplace, or maybe in your studies, or you will enhance problem solving in your own personal life as you practice the micro habits in enhancing or boosting your mental edge. The third one that we talked about is about sharpening your mind, which is by becoming intellectually sharp. Now, intellectual sharpness or enhancing intellectual sharpness will foster innovation and portray that you are an expert in your field. So, which is really important in the competitive world today, to present yourself as one of the best guys who understands how the industry is moving, what industry is doing, and innovation is something that everybody is looking in their resources. So therefore, to boost that innovation, it is important to enhance your intellectual sharpness and developing the micro habits or practicing micro habits within this factor would really help you stay as an innovator and boost your foster your innovation skills and then portray you as an expert in your own field. The fourth one that we talked about is the emotional resilience or building that interpersonal harmony. So it'll enhance you as a team player within an effective team, and it will also enhance your interpersonal relationships, and it will enhance your interactions with other people. So ideally it is customer interactions, but I don't like saying customers because you don't only interact with customers, but you interact with other people. So therefore, developing or again practicing micro habits within uh, this interpersonal heart to develop interpersonal harmony will definitely enhance or make you a good team player within a team of high performing teams, or as you progress into your leadership roles, this emotional resilience will help you lead high performing teams more effectively, and definitely it will help you interact with people better. And lastly, we wrapped up with talking about having that spiritual elevation or having that spiritual connections will enhance job satisfaction. Not just job satisfaction, to enhance the satisfaction levels as a person. So, which is at the end of everything, after putting all these efforts in becoming successful, what makes us more successful is the more satisfied you feel. So having the micro habits built around the spiritual elevation would lead to enhanced satisfaction, especially in job or any other work that you do, and of course it will boost your performance. So eh, when these five factors are taken care, and when you build the micro habits around these five factors, so enhancing each of these key competencies that are critical to anyone to become successful is what all about this series. So have have a good day. Start practicing, start with your micro habits in whichever the factor that you're comfortable to begin with, but make this habit a habit. So practicing this micro habit should be a habit. So make that your habit. Start practicing the micro habits, and start improving on each of these factor, and have a successful career ahead. Thank you. See you in the next series.